Last episode, I finally defeated Skeletron, which took a few tries, but we got there. That brings my expert mode boss count to 5 so far, including King Slime, Eye of Cthulhu, Brain of Cthulhu, Deerclops, and now Skeletron. Next up is Queen Bee. I've heard that she's fast and kind of tricky, even comparable to Skeletron, so I went in expecting a tough fight. But what actually happened caught me totally off guard. Before prepping for the Queen Bee arena, we first decided to explore the dungeon a bit, mostly to look for any magic weapons or accessories that might help in the fight. Not long after exploring, I found 2 really good magic weapons. The first was the magic missile, which does 39 damage and uses 13 mana, and then I found the water bolt, which does 27 and uses 10. I did end up picking the magic missile because I really like that it tracks the enemies for me. I'm not the best at aiming it, so it kinda does the job for me. Also, why did no one tell me that dungeon and expert mode is literal hell? I mean, I was really struggling at some points. We did end up spending a couple hours in the dungeon, but honestly, that was pretty much all the good loot we found. So it was time to head back home. Since I decided to go with the magic missile, we also have to swap out my space armor set, which I was using for the space gun, and go back to the jungle armor set. It gives extra mana and reduces magic cost, so we definitely have to make that change. Now that we've got a new weapon and we've explored the dungeon a little bit, the next goal is to head over to the jungle and start preparing for Queen Bee. To summon her, you need to find a hive and break the lava inside. I had to look up what it was called, but yeah, that's how it works. One of the main reasons I'm trying to fight Queen Bee, besides progressing through the playthrough of course, is to try and get the bee gun. I've been told by quite a few of you guys that the bee gun is a really good maze weapon, especially for fighting against the wall of flesh later on. And I definitely need all the help I can get with that fight, so I'm really hoping we can get one when we beat her. Okay, so now it's time to head underground and try to find a hive. Luckily for me, when I was crafting my jungle armor set earlier in the playthrough, I'd already stumbled across a hive deep in the jungle. At that time, I didn't really know what it was, but now I'm pretty sure that that's what we need to summon Queen Bee. And I was right. The plan now is to build a small arena around the hive. I figured I'd start with a simple square platform, and since I was streaming this live, I was just asking chat if they thought it was enough space to fight her properly. Now, before we go any farther, I should preface a few things. First, I've never fought Queen Bee in expert mode. Actually, I've only ever fought her once in total, and that was in classic mode using hard mode gear my friends gave me. So I've never really had a proper fight against her. And second, I've never looked up any videos on how she fights. In fact, of all the bosses in Terraria, she's the one I know least about. I was going in completely blind. The only thing I knew about her from you guys is that she's really fast, like faster than Skeletron. So yeah, I didn't know what much I was getting into. And I preface all of this because what happens next will explain itself. So I was in the middle of prepping the arena, or at least starting to prepare it. I hadn't even placed a single platform yet. I'd only cleared out maybe 20% of the blocks I wanted gone. It was still just the beginning of the setup basically. Then I realized something. While building the arena, I left a small hole in the hive, and as a maze, your summons and spells can easily go through the gap and accidentally hit things. And I realized I really need to block that hole before something goes wrong. So I head over to close it, and right as I'm doing that, one of my imp fires off a shot and it hits the lava. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and close it because, again, I don't want to risk any— oh no, she's been summoned. Frick. And so the fight begins. I had no buffs, no arena, nothing ready. So I just went into it thinking that this run is just for learning. We'll see how she moves and what her attacks look like and then prep better for the next try. I honestly thought I'd be gone within a minute, but somehow I kept surviving. The magic missile really did carry me here because I didn't have to aim too carefully. I could just click and the missile would sometimes track her down. That made things a lot less stressful for me. And my strategy from that point on was to keep moving and keep firing. The missile was doing solid damage every time it connected, and being near the honey definitely helped as well with the improved life regeneration. There were actually a few moments where I nearly went down because she does hit hard and she is definitely fast, but I kept dodging and firing, and somehow on the very first attempt with no prep at all, we defeated her. No! 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 I can't die! No! No, no, no. Oh my god, we did it. That was honestly kind of unexpected. From what I've heard both during streams and in comments, Queen Bee and Skeletron are supposed to be around the same level of difficulty. So I don't know if I just got lucky or being a Mage really helped since I didn't have to stay too close to her, but the fight ended up being a lot easier than I thought it would be. Dare I say almost a little underwhelming. And it's not like I fought her super well either, I was panicking half of the time. Unfortunately though, for us, we didn't get the bee gun we were hoping for, so I'll definitely be fighting Queen Bee again until I do. I've just heard that it's a really good weapon for the Wall of Flesh fight, and I honestly need all the help I can get for that. But yeah, Queen Bee didn't really live up to my expectations. Every boss I've faced so far, even King Slime, has taken me at least a couple of tries. This is the first time I've taken down a boss on the first go, so this was a bit of a surprise. Let me know in the comments how your first fight with Queen Bee went. Did you have a similar experience, or do you just think I got really lucky? I'd love to hear how it went for you. And that's it for this episode. I know it was a short one, but at least we got Queen Bee down. Next time we'll be hunting for the bee gun and start thinking about prepping for the Wall of Flesh, so if you've got any tips, especially for mazes, feel free to drop them in the comments. I always appreciate all of your help and support. Thank you so much for sticking with me all the way through the end if you did. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead of you, and I'll catch you next time in Dee's Dungeon. See ya!